Know that I got rhythm that could suit your budget fine. You can take or leave me, but you ain't got much time, 'cause I just keep on rolling down the line.
Hey, this is Patrick with Trusty Huckster Mercantile. Welcome to my channel. It is Sunday, February 19th, or at least it will be in theory when you're watching this, and it is now a February Shop Hop drop sale. Or no, is it February drop sale shop hop? Regardless, this month I am hosting a shop hop for a drop sale shop hop for my reselling friends. And as we are doing every other month, Beth with Carolina Princess Sweet Treats and Pretties and I are alternating hosting this, which just means we're organizing it. And today, this one ended up being one of the biggest ones we've done. So if you're watching this video at the time mine becomes public, you are most of the way through the day. It started at 3 p.m. Eastern with Beth at Carolina Princess Sweet Treats and Pretties, and will progress until the last video drops at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, which will be Thrifting Adventures. Try to start with the East Coast and end with the West Coast. So Vintagerous and Thrifting Adventures are finishing us up at 10 p.m. Eastern and 10:30 p.m. Eastern. You've got me here at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and after mine is done in 30 minutes, it will be 9 p.m. Eastern, and you will be able to hop over, because it is a shop hop, you'll be hopping over to Heather Elizabeth at Antique Agenda. So I hope you've already been enjoying some of the sales that have been running so far today, and hope you enjoy what you've got, what I've got in store for tonight, and then the rest of the evening, the rest of the sales. So as I've been did a couple of times now, I am doing another theme sale. It's a $5 ephemera sale. I'm going to try and go through as many items as I can in 30-minute time frame, so that one, I can crank through a lot of items. The nice thing about ephemera is, as a rule, it's fairly easy to ship, relatively lightweight, although I do have a couple of larger magazines that might be a little bit more expensive. But in general, I'm starting off with something that's super fun and one of my favorite items that I have picked up for resale in quite a while. And I have multiples. So if you are watching this video, you want to claim anything that I'm showing you, what you'll need to do is hop out of the video, go into the comments, and enter the letter that I provide with this item. I do encourage you to pop in and out of the video multiple times, because if you wait and tell me what you want all at one time, you may run the risk of missing out. However, this first item I have multiples of. So what we have is a 1930s vintage popcorn bag, and check out the colors and the graphics on this. Yeah, this is getting into, almost some of the colors that will become popular in mid-century modern, but definitely has the font and the age of something a little bit older. Check out the carnival that's going on in the background. You've got the parrot. It is a Top Pop seasoned popcorn bag. It is completely unused. It will ship flat, probably in just another number 10 envelope. It does have a little gusset on the side, so it would be able to expand into hold popcorn. And it is coast-to-coast distribution by Chunk E Nut Products. Everything about this is just super fun. It would look great framed. It would look great in a little vignette. And if you want to go crazy, have a super special date night, fill it with some popcorn. Might be able to reuse it a couple of times, but it's super cute. And I have a total of 8 of them. So if you want to claim, you can enter one at a time so that people have a chance to get into the queue. But we have a total of 8, and everything I show is $5. And to grab this item for $5 each, $5 by giving me letter N. Letter N gets you the $5 popcorn bag. Next item is moving into some postcards. I used to have a lot of these, and they sold really well. And I hadn't come across many since then. But I just came across some fun ones. So again, these are going to be $5 each. I'll give you the letters in a second. So these are the envelope folders, or postcard folders. So this is for Southern California. You open it up, and you've got all of these fantastic images in the folder. This one has been stamped and postmarked. It looks like it says 1949. So we are just getting into the swing of fantastic mid-century modern. And the large letter postcards are super popular. So I've got one for California. I've got one for Niagara Falls. Now, Niagara Falls has not been sent. So this one is basically new. I don't know if you want to call it new old stock, but it is going to be hard to open. But it has all of the postcards in here as well. I would say this is probably moving more into the 60s in the imagery that we have here. I don't know if there's an actual copyright any of those. And then the last one is also copyrighted. This is from New York City. It is copyrighted in 1934. You can see it fall just outside of the circle. So 1934. The stamp, unfortunately, has been removed, but some fantastic imagery on the folder. And then as you open it up, some great art on the cards front and back. So these are all $5 each. And if you would like the New York folder, give me letter M, M for the New York folder. If you want the Niagara folder, give me letter F for the Niagara folder. And if you want the California folder, give me letter A. Again, $5 each, and those are the 3 letters for those 3 items. Next item is, these are just fun, and I pick them up anytime I can, and I always try and just sell them at a reasonable price because they're kind of weird, but I think they're a fun weird. They're membership cards. This one happens to be for the National Rifle Association, dated December 31st, 1940. So we've not quite entered World War II yet. The war is going on. We just are not participating yet. So this is simply a membership card. You can see it has been signed by the Secretary of the Treasurer. On the back is the objects of the association, gives the explanation. It is just a cool vintage, industrial little piece. Look great in the vignette, look great framed. If you watched one of the shows I did a while ago, Katie from Vintage and Vinyl and I did ephemerables. These little things are just fun because they're great conversation pieces. You can just put them at the side of your coffee table or on your end table while people are talking. And there's just fun things to flip through. And it is for the NRA. So the National Rifle Association members card from 1940, you get it for $5 by giving me letter B. Next, I am the Huckster, but I am the Trusty Huckster. I love when I find these little advertising booklets. So again, I'll show you the book. I've got 3 of them here, and then I'll show you the letters. So first I have the Monroe Drug Company, How to Dye, Tint, Mix Colors, and Dry Clean at Home. Just check out the graphics just on the cover of this one. Then you've got a great illustration on the back. Save time, save money with Putnam fadeless dyes, tints, straw hat dyes. I didn't even know there was such a thing as a straw hat dye. And Putnam dry cleaning. So this has a list of the colors in the front cover. So it's just a totally Huckster item. It's sales oriented. It would have been handed out to prospective customers. Maybe you got it free with a gift. This one does not have, a quick glance, I cannot find a copyright on this, but I would guess that this is probably based on that imagery on the front. This is probably 20s or 30s. So we've got the Putnam book. We then also have a great railway piece. This is the Railway Express Agency, and it's talking about how to send your packages. So you've got Railway Express Agency on the back. Some fantastic illustrations on this one. It is another light booklet, color illustrations as you go through it. Centerfold with a little processing imagery on there. How to ship your pet. Just some absolutely fantastic graphics and just a fun little piece. And this one, again, I don't really see a price on this one, but that'll be $5. And then the last one is from Owens Corning. This is for the glass block building at the 1933 World's Fair. It says 1934, but it ran from 1933 to 1934. So this would have been given out toward the end of the fair. They had a new brochure for 1934, but A Century of Progress is the Chicago World's Fair. So it's very easy to date this. In the back talks about 60 years of leadership in glassmaking. I guess this was a glass block building that was on display at the fair. And when you open it up, it talks about the nature of how to make building blocks of glass and illustrations of how manufacturing, they're assembling them. And yeah, this one is actually a fold-out one. And then some factory pieces as well. So Very inexpensive to ship. Actually, all three of these will be $5, and that will include shipping. So these will all include $5 for shipping. So if you want the glass block company, that's the letter L. If you want the membership card was $5, will include shipping as well. The sending your packages is letter V, and the Putnam dies is letter O. So if you want any of those, $5, those will be including shipping. These will also be including shipping. I have 3, just like those were little business Huckster booklets. I've got little Victorian trade cards. Hate to call them hucksters, but it's their little, it's all about business. And I just love the way advertising used to be done. Now let me take them out of the plastic so you don't get the glare. So this one is the jerseys, which is the cows. Every family needs at times a serviceable medicine for worms in children. So this is from Bullock and Crenshaw in Philadelphia. So you've got great illustration of a little Dairy Maid with the cows. And then on the back is the jerseys with the description of the engraving. And then the little ad down at the bottom for medicine for worms in children, and then who it's presented by. So basically it's like a little advertising brochure, piece. That one most likely dates around 1880s to 1890s. This one, all of these that I'm going to show you are again $5 each, including shipping. These are all, and they're all two-sided. So they got printing on both the front and the back. So this one is for Kerr Brothers Teas and Coffees. On the back, you've got the Kerr Brothers Teas and Coffees, strength and flavor, 738 2nd Avenue between 39th and 40th Streets in New York City. And you've got the printer down there at the bottom. So you have that Teas and Coffees one. And then the last one is for Perline, James Piles Perline or Perline washing compound. So you've got a little girl with a cat, a little logo there on the front. And then on the back, you've got an explanation of the washing compound. So this one does not include where to buy it. So this was really more created by the company to promote their product, where these two actually get into where you can actually go shopping for the product. So if you want the Perline washing compound with cat, that is letter P, and these are going to be $5, including shipping. If you want the Dairy Maid with her Jersey cows, that is going to be H, $5, including shipping. And if you want the Kerr Brothers T card from New York City, that is going to be letter J, again, $5, including shipping. All right, next, picked up kind of a cool set of signed checks. So technically, I have multiples of these. So if more than one person wants to claim them, I can send you pictures of the other ones, because each one is going to be slightly different, because what these are individual 19th century checks. So we've got the Bank of Lexington with the revenue stamp on there from Lexington, Virginia, and it is dated 1878 or 1873. Can't tell if that's an 8 or a 3. 3, because the other 8 looks different. So 1873. So that has a revenue stamp on it, and it has been signed on the back in iron gall ink. Then we've got from Chicago, the Union Stockyard. So of local interest to people around me. And what I found fascinating on this one, look, it's $1,500, written in 1879. So they were dealing with some big time bucks in this one. And this one also is signatures on the back and stamps. Now, all of these have some sort, like this one was put on a spike. So, those little receipt spikes you see on old-fashioned desks and are for sale. Well, that's what happens to paper when they spike them. So they all will have some level of wear in them. That's what that one looks like. There's also one on the Bank of Lexington one, so show that. That's why if more than one person tries to claim these, I'll need to show you the others, because each one has a little bit different level of damage. This one was not done on a receipt spike, but if you look really carefully, you can see it was stapled. So there are still some holes in this one. This one's not too bad. But this is also from you can see the check originally was for 1890 something, and it was actually used in the year 1900. So we've got 3 19th century checks. And if you would like the First National Bank of Mineral Point, Wisconsin, the one with the staples in it, that one will be letter Q. If you would like the Union Stockyard from Chicago, the one from 1879, that will be R. And if you would like the Bank of Lexington, Virginia from 1873, that will be U. Again, those are each $5. I sold several of these actually in a live sale earlier in the week. And when I was digging through, I found one more. So I'm making it available here. It is a prophylactic box, probably from the 30s or 40s. Deerskin disease preventative prophylactic rubbers. You can see they were once sold 3 for $1, sold through drugstores only for medical purposes, and guaranteed for 5 years. So the box is just flattened, and I will mail it flat. This one does have a tear on the side, so I just wanted to showcase this one. It's the only one that I have left, unless some like pop out. I thought I had a few more, but I sold most of them last week, and then I still had this one. And so I'm showcasing this. This is the one you will receive, and if you want this one, you get it for $5, postage included, $5, and you get it by giving me letter W. Letter W for the old prophylactic box. Next, this is also something I've sold quite a bit in the past. And as I'm cleaning things out and trying to organize my inventory, I came across another one. So these are not geld. So this is currency that was printed. And you can see there at the bottom is printed in 1920. These were printed after World War I, primarily in Germany and in Austria, although other countries had to do them as well. But these German ones, German language ones, are in Germany and Austria, were because the countries didn't have enough metal to create coins. So they created paper versions of their currency. So this one is a 10 mark. Actually, a mark was quite a bit of money. Usually they're Pfennig. It says Heller. I'm not sure what Heller means. They're typically provided by the individual town. So they would have artwork of the town, and every town has slightly different. So these are like a great collectible item because sometimes the artwork is fantastic. And this is an uncirculated version of it. It's just a lot of fun. Again, if you're thinking about the idea of the ephemera bowl, you put something like that out there, people are going to fall in love with these and they want to know. And the fact that these were created simply because they didn't have coinage, the idea was you got these pieces of paper and then you could take them to the bank after the dates that were listed on here, and you could turn them in for coins. So this is before hyperinflation kicked in. So there's like a very short window where these occurred for a couple of years, and then inflation became such a problem. You didn't find them that were 10 marks. You found them for 10 million marks, literally. So this is not geld, which is what it's called, because it's not gold. It is paper. So the not geld in the 10 marks, letter G, $5, including postage. Also had these I picked up to sell at the booth, and had the misfortune of discovering that hidden calling cards are not a great thing to put in the booth, because people then try and open them, and then the artwork that covers the name, they rip it off. They don't do it intentionally, but this is old glue. So I want to be able to showcase them here. So this one has the name. They're hidden calling cards. If you're a fan of Heather from Antique Agenda, whose video is coming up after this one, she actually did a video that talked about calling cards. So these are hidden calling cards. So, just like women would go, and sometimes you'd find them with men's name as well, but people would go and drop their card off because they were visiting or they wanted to visit. This style was a high Victorian style. Is when die cut printing lithographic printing became popular. It was to prove that you had the most current artwork. The older ones I think are cooler because that uses calligraphy, and I have several of those in my personal collection. But these are a lot of fun. The fact that they're hidden, it just gave you more artwork to be able to show a bigger piece of die cut. but you've got the name behind it, Carol A. Brown. Well, it looks like Coral. That is her card. So this is, again, $5, including shipping. $5 for the hidden name Victorian calling card for $5, including shipping. You get that by giving me letter X. The next piece, I'm going to do my best to open this up without having it fall apart further. This is, again, a snapshot in time from 1963. It is the December insert for the Chicago Tribune, talking about and covering the death of John F. Kennedy. So he was killed November 22nd, 1963. This is dated December 29th. So this is a special, as it says in the corner, a special memoriam section. You've got the artwork on the back of John is saluting his father, and then articles and artwork throughout, all highlighting the funeral and some of the trial, or well, there was no trial, but some of the police investigation that was done. Because it's rough condition, I'm including this in the $5 sale. There will be additional postage for this one because it has to go in a bigger envelope. But so it's $5 plus the postage. It's lightweight, so it'd probably be like $2 for postage. So $5 for the memoriam section for JFK by giving me letter C. Next piece is not as old as I usually have, but I picked these up in an estate sale and I thought they were kind of fun. I figured, you know what? I like doing these $5 ephemera sales, and this fits right into it. Who loves Tiffany? So breakfast at Tiffany's or otherwise, these are some great catalogs. This one is really more of a traditional catalog. There's some age to this. I'm not sure it's like super old, like maybe 10 years old. I can't remember what year this came out. 2016. So this is not super old. But this would be one of those cases, a lot of fun to be able to cut some of this out, even for junk journaling. But where I think is really great is this one, because this seemed to be almost created specifically for framing or for junk journaling. Because yes, there is some advertisements in there for the product, but they also have such great hero shots of their products that they'd basically be suitable for framing. So you get both of these books for $5. You get both of the Tiffany catalogs for $5 by giving me letter D for the 2 Tiffany books. I had the postcards earlier in the booklets. This one, I had a box lot of postcards that I've kind of sifted through, and I decided to create like a little mini collection of postcards. It's a set of 10 postcards for $5. I'll include postage with that. And what these are unposted, uncirculated cards. They're all international. So we've got Hong Kong, the Canadian Rockies, Germany, France, I think it's Germany, Mexico, Canada, Italy, Portugal, and Geneva. I don't know what that is. Genova. I have no idea where that is. So this is a set of 10. It looks like, is one of them a real photo postcard? Yeah. One of them includes a real photo postcard. That's fine. I'm just going to do the set of 10 for $5, just because they're fun. And so you can even send them to your friend, make it look like you've gone there. So a set of 10 postcards for $5, all international, $5, which includes the shipping. You get by giving me letter T. Going a couple bigger items. This is a kind of a cool, I love the graphics on it, and it probably would work, but it is Copy Fun, and it is fun for everyone from 5 to 55. So I only have a couple years left before they're going to make sure I can't do this anymore. But it is a booklet that you basically, and it comes with like a whole set of extra sheets. artwork that you can use to copy illustrations. So you got the book, so you can make faces, you got all the different noses, and you can kind of see, you can trace it with the tracing paper. And so you can make a face based on all the individual pieces. Copyright, I would say, I think this is probably 30s or 40s. It doesn't have, it says comes supplied with a paper and a magic stick. The stick is no longer here. Copyright, patent pending, copyright 1940. So this is 1940. Just kind of a fun, some cool graphics. And because the paper and stuff and artwork still in there, you can still use it. So I think that's a fun one. So that'll be $5. That will cost extra shipping because it'll be in a bigger envelope. I also have a smaller magazine. I'm going to have some bigger ones that will go for more, but I decided to put this in the $5 ephemera because I thought it was kind of cool. It is the Dearborn Independent from November 28th, 1925. And there's some great illustrations in here that if you wanted to cut it apart, you could frame some of these individual. So 75 years at Antioch College, sorting out people. There's some disturbing images of faces in anthropomorphic oranges. Building the House of the Seven Gables. I was talking about the family of, who did that? Hawthorne? I don't know. Doesn't say. They had the Hawthorne? I don't remember. Let's see. Editorials. There's some of the illustrations have color, spot color in them. You've got this great one, What It Means to Be a Writer. It's just some fantastic illustrations, again, from 1925. So we're like really getting into that sleek, some of the sleek illustrations of the Deco era. Some photography is included. Some ads are included in the back. So just kind of a fun $5 edition. And then I had the memorial. This came from Stanford Park. I had the memoriam section from the Wall Street Journal, or no, from the Chicago Tribune. I also have the 1 Dozen Red Roses, the life story of Jacqueline Kennedy. This is also like a magazine, and there's just a ton of pictures in here. I think at some point it got wet, so there's a little bit of like water warpage, just here in this section that kind of goes through the whole thing. But the binding is still there. Says it's a collector's issue, but this would have been issued probably to tons of people because that was not something people were used to. When a president gets killed, that's still kind of a rare event. So there were a lot of these. There's a ton of them listed on eBay. And they're all selling for more than $5, but it's not worth my competing for space. So for $5, you have the option. You get this as one of your options. So for the Jackie Kennedy magazine, the letter Y, get that for $5. Again, it's bigger, so it'll take a little bit more postage. The Independent, the Dearborn Independent, $5 plus shipping is letter Z, and the Copy Fun booklet with paper is letter E. And that's what I'm going to end with. So appreciate you joining the drop sale, watching the videos. Hopefully you're enjoying them throughout the day. If you've missed any of the videos from earlier, you can go into the description of this video. It'll have links to all of the earlier as well as the later as they become available. You'll jump over at the half past the hour, or at the top of the hour, you'll be able to jump over to Heather Elizabeth's video when hers gets activated. But go ahead and look at some of the other ones, even if they came out earlier. It's possible not everything's sold. So check the comments and see what might still be available, and you hopefully can still find some great things. And stay tuned to the channel. I'm trying to get back. My theater is over. I'm done with my stage show. So hopefully I'll be able to start participating in some live sales. I'll actually be doing one on the road. I'll be traveling at the end of this month. So I'll definitely schedule a sale while I'm traveling because those are kind of fun to do too. So thanks so much for your time. Thanks for putting your trust in Trusty Huckster. Hope you found some great stuff, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Well, show me a sign if you're wishing me to stay. Otherwise, I say goodbye, finish out the day. And that sunrise in the morning and you got nothing to say. Oh, that's when I'll be headed on my way.